Let's do a night drive. Let me see real quick. You guys get to see my new glasses. There I am. So, so yeah, all sweaty. My free birth control goggles from the military. That's what they call it. They call it the BCGs. When you go into basic training, they give you these ugly glasses that are made of actual glass, and so some people that have a really high prescription end up being really thick. They look like Coke bottles. Like they cut off Coke bottles on the very end, and God, it's hilarious. There was this one girl that was kind of, because in the Air Force you have mixed flights, so they'll have a girl flight and a guy flight, or at least in ours. Not in most flights, but I was in Drum and Bugle, so we had a mixed flight. There we go. Roll the windows. It's fucking noisy. So anyways, we had a guy flight and a girl flight, and this girl was like in charge of the girls, and she was like bossy and all this kind of stuff. And then the day came that everybody went and got their glasses, and of course I didn't need glasses at the time. And she got those BCGs on, and ooh, and nobody would talk to her after that. Well, until like week 5, week 6, you're like, I'll talk to a tree. Like you're ready to talk to anything. So, but anyways, I wanted to touch base with you guys real quick. I just had a client show up, a little thing. He had that little noisy card that you heard as he was leaving. He had a little 350Z, and somebody put the wire kit in, and they didn't have a service loop. So for some reason, then the fuse holder is somewhere near the firewall, or it's inside the cabin, but like underneath the carpet. It's like in a terrible place. You cannot access it. So don't do that. It should be within 12 inches of the battery, and that's so that it actually pops when it gets hot. That's the whole point of the fuse. And it should be in a place that's serviceable, and you should have a service loop on it of at least 6 inches to 12 inches. Now what that is, what a service loop is just extra wire, just in case, for later, for the future. And then a lot of guys are like, what do you mean future? I'm like, in the future, in 5 years when you sell this car, or 10 years when you give it to your mom or your sister or whoever, somebody's going to eventually have to service the install work that you did. And so what that does is it gives them a little bit extra wire. Like let's say you push the wire a little hard, like you got aluminum wire and you pushed it a little hard and it got a little melty. Well, you can re-terminate it, meaning you cut off the bad part. Now you have new fresh wire, and then you put a new terminal on it and you put it to the battery. There you go. That's why it's called the service loop, so that you could service it in the future. So sorry if I use terms like that. That's an industry standard fucking term, but certainly not in car audio, because there aren't really any industry standards. Everything is like proprietary and weird and stuff like that. But anyways, yeah, go read your what is it called? Oh, that stupid installer school. Whatever that installer standard that they came up with. Scrotum or Napsky or... Anyways, it's that installer school that they quiz you on. But there's nothing common sense in there. It's all just like memorizing the poles on a fucking relay, or knowing what color wires go where. Like... gray and white in the front and purple and green in the back. So, and of course, what they don't tell you in the book is they say coloreds in the back. See, that they use a racist joke. To, you never forget that. Like, I remember my neighbor, Abram, he's like, he was teaching me, he says, black is always negative. Always think about Negroes when you play. And he was black. And of course, I didn't want to say the N-word, and so he's like, I will scar you so that you will never forget it. And I was like, you're right, I never forgot it. So, but yeah, positive on the left for the speakers, and there's some rules that you can follow. But anyways, so I wanted to say that to you guys so that you can re-terminate and have a service loop. Have some common sense and always make everything serviceable. Just because you did a good install on your whatever you're putting an amp in with some plexi and all this other stuff, you have to make it serviceable. Otherwise, it's going to break, and then you're not going to fix it. Or it's just one of those things where you throw out the whole thing because nobody wants to fix it. So, but there was that, and then shit, there was something else I wanted to talk to you about, but whatever. That was the thing on YouTube. Sorry if I'm replying to your comments late. For some reason, I got a whole flood of messages that are like 3, 4, 5, even 7 months old that I apparently didn't respond to. I didn't know I had them. So if I responded to it, like, you're like, Steve Mead's the best, you know, and I'm like, go suck a dick. So I'm sorry I didn't say suck a dick earlier. So I didn't get the message. I think that was it. Send me some questions, some tech questions. Oh, that's what I was going to do, was reviews, but I ended up getting held up at UPS, and then also what is it? Oh, that guy that left. What was his name?
Which one? White car, green car.
White car. Israel, know what you want when you come over. Jesus Christ. That's one of the reasons why I don't open the doors to the public, because I don't need looky-loos in a car audio place. I used to be that guy. I swear to God, like if it was on the corner, I'd pull in the parking lot. I go, babe, I'm just going to go in for 10 minutes. And then I'm in there for an hour, just looking. I'm not, and I don't have any plans of buying. That's terrible on both parties. Like the salesman, crazy. But that's one of the things that I don't want to be a salesman. I want to be like a wholesaler guy that teaches you how to make money. Oh, that was the other thing, was if I give you advice on car audio and how to sell and make a living at it, that's because I've done it like 10,000 times. I've definitely put in my 10,000 hours in this stuff. Now what happens is a lot of guys will get something and they'll, like, it doesn't work out the first time or whatever, or they post an item and it doesn't sell in 2 seconds. It's like, you got to have patience, and then you got to go do something else. You don't wait on that item. Just like in screenwriting, like if you write a screenplay and you submit it and you don't hear anything back, go work on another screenplay. Go do something else. Don't even think about it. And that's called planting seeds. You got to plant a seed and then just forget about it. Let nature take its course. Sometimes you come back and water it, like that, and that means doing a follow-up or something like that. But don't sit there and depend on it, right? Don't count your chickens before they're hatched. So that's what you want to do. But anyways, I think I got the popo on my butt. So I'm going to go ahead and get off the phone. But anyways, I love you guys. I'm going to go get some frosted coffee and then make love to my wife. Talk to you later.